Alright, so AD's cut. I got this piece off of here, and I think maybe I want the bigger one down the bottom. So just unscrew this where it's going here, and then I should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and film it. Film it, film it, film it. Let me zoom it out. Okay. So, now I've got a couple of screws in place here and there. This one's nice and clean. Okay. I think that's actually all that was really holding it down. The stuff's actually fairly heavy. So, what we'll do is we'll pull this. Figure out, I think there might be one more. Nope. Oh, it's just sitting on this piece here because we did this leg that we made. Alright, so basically, I can't even remember for sure how this was, but basically this thing underneath here, there's some boards here, because this is like, I don't know, whatever, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this was already here originally. And they had some kind of rinky-dink weird crap here, and I just put that on top of it. But it's kind of sad because this is like a waste of some really good plywood. But I put this here because I didn't really want it to settle in there. I think what I'm going to do now is like that. I'm going to pull that. I got a couple of scraps. They could just be put across here. It'd be easier than wasting all this other stuff. I guess this one is screwed down. So, or I don't know what they have this screwed to. It sort of a weird deal they have. Honestly, I don't even know if it even matters, but so if I just put a couple pieces there. Let's see, what did I do with these other pieces? I cut off some legs of this. I think this is the right size. I don't know. Alright, so I got a couple pieces here. Let's see what the thickness is on these. A little bit thicker than what's going on here. I'll just put them right here. You know, it'd be good for just something. Keep it from dipping over there. So now we just grab our other piece and put it back up. Okay. Perfect. So now that's back to what it was. I just switched the 2-meter radio.
This is the K7YCA repeater.
Alright, so we will put our other pieces up here. Now, I might have to move some stuff around to get that to sit properly with the prettiest side. I think it's all over here. And I don't know. So that one's kind of wobbly. I wonder if we're gonna have to remove those probably. That's gonna play put our shelf up pretty high, so that's cool. And I'm gonna move it probably like right here, or I might be better off to put it over here, and then a different shelf could sit there and just make use of that. But I want it to where like I can just easily change it whenever I feel like it. Okay. So I think this is the one. Yeah, that's the one that's always been over there. I think. Yeah, it looks like it. So, and then we would just set this across the top. So basically, you really do need to have it pretty far. I need to cut this leg down here and get it. So, pretty cool. So, if this was just a little bit lower, we probably could actually support it on that thing there. And look back and see what we actually really have here. So I need some support in the corner here. So what I'm going to have to do is find my carpenter's pencil, whatever I did with it. I'll mark this piece of wood and I'll just cut the end off. So I just go ahead and mark it. Just cut a little bit off. Or I can put a block underneath the end of it and it can sit like that. It doesn't really matter. I just, I got a game splinter. I need to have some support on the end here so I can move that over. Because as soon as I do, that's going to start to dip. These sheets of plywood are actually quite heavy. I don't know how much they weigh, about 47 pounds, 50 pounds, I think, for a 3/4 inch plywood sheet. And I don't know if this is 3/4 or 5/8. I think this is 5/8. It was Home Depot stuff, so. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute. All right, so part of it's hitting over here on this bottom lip of this shelf. Now, I believe that these are pretty good. I think otherwise, if I went up here, I'd have all the support down the back, and it would be kind of nice. It would set back about another inch or so, and that might be really good. So in order to do that, I would need to remove a few things. I need to remove this board and some other stuff, and then these would, it wouldn't be able to hold it at that height. So what I'm thinking is they still would be good underneath it, and I could put some spacers under them to give it support in the front. And that might be, a little bit better of an option. The outlet's right here, so I can't really go too much lower. And I definitely can't lower that board for this to sit up against. So, and it's almost where this will tuck under it. And that could be done too, but block these outlets. So I'm looking here to see if I'm going to have an issue with this outlet here. And I think as long as I leave this here and just shove this to the back or leave a gap, I should be fine. So I just don't want this to be able to tip over or do anything weird. Which is why I thought it'd be kind of cool if it would fit all the way into the side here, but I think if I take a tape measure here and measure this, we're 21.5 inches, and then from here to here, we're going to be, let's see, tape measure, about 19 inches, so there's no way to make it fit into there anyway, so we can't use that rail. So what I need to do here is I just either got to get in here and remove these or cut them. I got to cut them and notch them out because unless I just have this up against it, which I guess probably, so that establishes a gap right here about like that. So I think maybe that might be the best way to do it. We can bring this out to here, however we want to do it. We can set it back in further. We'll cut this board, we'll have it all on the end. I might be able to put the computer back in there, I don't know. So, I'm just trying to think of how I'm going to want everything. I kind of like my main radio to be in the middle or the end over here because I'm left-handed. So, we've got a few cords here that, let's see if we can, that one's pretty short. Get it to go around. And then some coax here. So basically, we just need to make sure that we got our gap set, and then I'll get like a piece of wood over here and find a way to attach this. Yeah, so I think this should be good. I don't want to change as much stuff. I'll just leave it like this as far as that goes, and then run this out to the side here, and then it could have a little shelf down in here like I had, so I still have the board for that. I really wish this was a little bit shorter, you know, but the idea was like, normally you'd want something like this for the radio to sit here, and you have all this room, you know, for your hands and the keyboard or whatever you're going to put up there. So I think this is a good start, and I'm just going to cut this thing down. So I'll be back. So that's what I got so far. So I don't like how forward it is, but I guess I would have to center up the dill. The problem is the shelves on these stands aren't really, they don't go in real far like that. So this one here, I'm like, I don't know, do I want a radio right here or whatever right here? And then you have all that room back there. So I guess you put the big radios up here, but see, you're gonna have this dip in the middle if you load this thing up. So it might be easier to get these over closer. Put one here, put one there, and then like maybe make another one of these. I don't know. But if I put a bunch of 101s up here, this is going to dip in the middle. I guarantee it. It won't be real bad, but, and I'm not going to put like a leg in between here, so I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. A lot of guys used to get these solid wood doors, but you can't find those anymore. If you do, they're very expensive. I do have a thing from a restaurant. It's like a, I don't know what you call that, press board stuff. It's really, really heavy, and it's got laminate on it, and it's from a restaurant, so it looks like a restaurant table. So I'm actually thinking about putting that over here, and it will sit on top of some file cabinets, and then that will be my work area. I need to get this tuner over somewhere, so maybe the tuner can sit over here. I'm going to put the computer on the end over here. That's probably going to be easier. So, let's see. So if we put it like that, we're going to run into issues over here. I can't put it any further away because then they're too close in the middle and you can't fit anything in between them. And then we have, you know, all that. So I may end up actually having to put it up here. And I don't know. And it seems like it's going to have to get framed all the way up here. And kind of like this one up here, I don't want to do that. It's too much work, too much wood, too much crap, too hard to take apart. So what I ultimately need is another one of these on the end there, and I don't have a way to make one because I don't have enough wood laying around. If I did, it won't look like that, so I need to come up with a solution here. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but I don't think that's going to work unless I have another one. So what I decided to do is I've got some 19-inch pieces here I just cut. There's some other scraps I just cut, and these are going to go here. I'm going to frame this out. I'll put a piece on the thing. It'll just sit there, and it'll hold up the end of this. And then if we need to make another one, we'll make another one like that, and then we'll just put it right there. It'll be 19 by, it's like 18 3/4 to make this thing fit that. So I'm going to make a couple of those probably, and yeah, they can just sit where they need to sit, and that way we're not having to build more shelves. So I'll be back with that in a little bit. So I'm having to glue this up because I gotta get it glued. So anyway, we get that in there, and then we should be good to go. We can start stacking stuff on it soon. All right, so we got some stuff here. I made this little piece here. I glued it up. It's just got 2 screws holding it on the top so it won't scoot around. And then I'll probably run another one down there. I think there's a piece under here. Yeah, holding that. So that's good. So we just slide it on back. So we just get it nice and even. And then we can locate these wherever the hell they need to go. We have a little bit of a gap here. We get our bus bar here. I don't really ground anything because you got appliance grounds, and I'm using a loop antenna, so I don't really need an RF ground, and I don't want to make a loop or a simple path for lightning to follow through into my equipment. So I believe everything should be grounded at the panel and nowhere else. And some people don't agree with that. If you don't, I suggest you buy the ARRL book on grounding practices and read it and decide for yourself what you want to do. So, get that there. We're pretty good. We just got to get this thing squared up, and we should be good to go. Start loading it full of junk. All right, so I'm kind of done for now. I got these out of here. I'm going to slide this over here. I can't have that one back that close because it doesn't have enough support in the back. So tomorrow I'll probably make a bunch more of these. I'll get one on the end over here, and then I'll put these more in the middle or something. I haven't decided yet, but I definitely had to pull that shelf out of there. I can't have it in there. So anyway, thank you for watching.